going on, YouTube? Here with another video in my car. This one was requested by some of the EP3 guys on the forum, wanting to know how they can do their steering wheel, how to do the steering wheel, how to keep their horn in their cruise control. So what I'm here to do is, I found it very complicating watching the videos of people, in their dash and everything, showing all these wires, and the phone doesn't focus and whatnot. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to explain it to you where these wires are at, and I'm going to give you a pretty good description of how to get them and where they're at, what they look like, and all this other stuff. Personally, I just don't find it helpful when people are rattling around trying to show you a wire and you can't see anything, and they're just talking and they're like, there's that orange wire right there, and then they're gone, and I don't find that very helpful. So what I'm going to start off first is how to take your steering wheel off. Pretty simple. You're going to have your regular Honda steering wheel, all right, your EP3 steering wheel. What you're going to do is there's going to be two little on your steering wheel. There's two panels, one on the left, and there's going to be one right here on the right. You're going to pop that off with a screwdriver, pop this off with a screwdriver. What you're going to have under here on this left hand side is a yellow plug. That's your SRS plug, your airbag. But cut that before anything. Make sure you do unplug your battery. You don't want your airbag blowing up in front of your face. So once your airbag is unplugged, take these panels off. You're going to unplug this clip. Alright, and then there's two screws. They are, I think they're hex bolts. So you're going to take those two off, and then this front piece right here, your airbag, should pop right off. No problem. Set that aside. And then right in here you should have your it's a 19 millimeter bolt. So you're going to grab that and you're going to put it on, your ratchet, and you're going to turn it, take it off. Don't take it off all the way, keep it on just a tad bit. You don't want it to, because you're gonna have to yank this off. You don't want it to hit you in the face, because you're gonna have to put a little pressure. So you're gonna do that and cut that again. Before you do this, make sure your steering wheel is straight, because if not, you're gonna be crooked, and you're gonna be driving like my steering wheel is now to go straight. I'm turned at an angle, but just make sure it's straight when you do it. It's just gonna make your life a whole lot easier. So you're gonna take that off. To take your steering wheel off, I hit it. I went 1, 2, and then came back on this side and hit 1, 2, and then it was loose. And I grabbed both hands and I pulled, and it came loose. Then push it back on just a little bit, and then take the you're gonna take the bolt off. Finish taking it off. And then you're gonna have three wires. You're gonna have the yellow one. You're gonna have a black one, and then I think a blue one. You're gonna just feed those through the steering wheel. Take those out, and then your steering wheel should just pop off. Alright, and now you should have a black SRS looking unit. It should have two little prongs on the side, and then it should have all these wires. There should be a plug like on the top, and there should be three wires coming out of it or whatever. So you're going to keep that on. Well, you're not going to keep it on, but what you're going to do is you're going to come in here, right, and I'm going to show you. This is your top panel right here. As you can see, there's my blinker. You're going to pop this off. Alright, and the easiest way I found to do this is there is a bolt right there. You're going to take that off, alright, and then this little piece is going to pull off. This is what your blinkers and your windshield wipers are on. So you're going to take this off. Sorry about that, hold on. Take that off, and then you're going to have those two plugs right there. You're going to unplug those two so you can pull it out more. Then there's going to be one plug left. Keep that in, because that's for your cruise control and whatnot. So then, in order to take the SRS unit off, it's going to be clipped on to, let's see that where that wire is. It's going to be clipped on right there. Then there's going to be another clip on the bottom. The SRS unit is actually pushed onto that top clip, so you have to get a pretty small screwdriver. Get in on the top and pop it up, and then keep the screwdriver in there. Then on the bottom you're gonna just unclip it, and then the whole little unit should pop off. And then there is I believe, one wire in the back of the SRS unit, and that's pretty, or there should be no 2 wires, I believe, and then those are crucial for your cruise control and your horn to work. So then what I would do from here is I would unplug those 2 wires into those 2 plugs into the back of your SRS unit, put the SRS unit aside. Now there should only be 1 plug or something. Then what you're going to do is you're going to get into your one of the harnesses that plugged into the SRS unit. You're going to have, I think it's a clear plug, or a yellowish plug, white, something like that, but you'll see what I'm talking about when you see it yourself. It's going to have, I think, 2 orange wires, a green, and another one, I think. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to tap into, here's say, here's the front of the plug, right? This is the back, right? And you got, there's 4 wires, say there's 5 wires, all right? There's 5 holes. So then there's going to be 4 wires in the holes, and there's going to be 1 empty spot. All right, so it's going to go empty spot, 2 orange wires, and then say there's 2 other wires. I don't know if there's 1 or 2 other wires, but say there is 2. These ones don't matter. Whatever, just don't clip them, they don't matter for these purposes. All right, so you're down to these 3. Here's the empty spot again. Here's an orange wire. You're going to follow this orange wire, and what you're going to do is you're going to splice into that. What I did is I just made sure I had enough room, and or enough space or whatever, and cut it. And then I ran a wire, a speaker wire, any type of just wire relative the same size. What you're going to do is you're going to splice the 2 orange, you're going to have the 2 orange wires you just cut. You're going to splice those 2 together, or cut them. You're going to twist those together, and then you're going to take the 1 speaker wire or whatever, and you're going to splice that with that. So now you should have 3 wires, 2 orange and 1 fucking whatever color. You're going to get those 3 together, and then use a butt connector or electrical tape, whatever you want to do. And then what you're going to do is you're going to tuck this wire down in the side right here. It should be somewhere relatively in here underneath this panel. And then the easiest way I found to tuck these in is there's this black tubing that goes on the wires. I take a sharp knife and cut on the top of the black tubing and split it in half, and so you can have more movability or whatever with these wires. You're going to peel that off, down the sides or down the middle or whatever, and give you some room so you can pull these wires out and move them around. And then you're going to keep these, they're going to be like right here, somewhere right in here. All 3 of those wires will be spliced. You're going to run that 1 wire up right here on top of your column, right? And then you can either run it, see that? So yeah, you can either run it through here and through the back and up the top over into this clip. Where is it at? That clip right here, or run it up to the top, over the clip and down, or behind all the way like that. Either way, and then that's going to connect to your short hub, and that's going to give you the contact. It's going to touch the copper part of it. Going to give you the power for your horn in order for your horn to work. So the next step is getting your ground wire. So let me show you how I did that. So the ground wire on these steering wheels, it's already grounded on your short hub itself, but the ground doesn't work. I've installed a few short hubs or steering wheels, and I can never get the horn to work with this ground. So I don't know what it is, what's wrong with it. So there's the 2 connectors on your short hub. I cut both wires. I just cut the little connectors off. The black wire, I completely unscrewed it and threw that fucking thing away because it was garbage. It was pointless. It didn't give me a ground. It was just another fucking wire in the way, so I threw it away. The power wire, I cut it and spliced them together because it was easier for me to tuck them around in here, because those connectors are, probably about this long, maybe like that long, and they're stiff, and so it's hard to move the wires around. So I just cut those off, spliced the wires together, and used a butt connector. And then this little piece right here, this is part of your quick release. This has 2 wires as well. I cut both of the wires, cut the little adapters off, and then with your 19mm bolt to hold your short hub on, I kept that a little loose and ran the ground wire from this quick release underneath it and then turned it, tightened it, and that gave me a ground for my horn. So with this quick release, with the short hub, take that fucking black wire off of your short hub, throw it in the fucking trash, throw it away, do something with it, who gives a fuck? Alright? Then with your quick release, there's 2 wires. You're gonna cut the adapters off both, connect this short hub and this quick release wire to each other with a butt connector. You're gonna connect those, crimp them together, with your wire crimpers. Then you have a black wire on your quick release. You're gonna take that and put that under your 19mm bolt for your short hub. You're gonna screw that shit in, and that's gonna give you, now your horn should work. When you put your steering wheel on, your horn is gonna work. I fucking guarantee you, if you connected this orange wire up, you ran it down, and you have solid contact to the copper short hub. If you do, so as long as you splice these 3 wires together, alright, you had that plug and you had the empty hole and that orange wire right next to it, and you traced it down, cut it in half, cut stripped the little stuff off, the little coating, so you exposed the wire on both sides, ran a wire to that, so twisted all 3 of those together, used the butt connector, ran that wire up, had that wire tucked in right here, and got a good solid contact to the back of your copper SRS hub. Then if you cut that black wire on your quick release, you cut that off, and then you take, or not on your quick release, your short hub, then you take the quick release black wire, which is your ground, put it under that 19mm bolt, screw that bolt in, and then connect your power to the short hub. You're gonna have power. You're gonna have power to your horn. Alright? So now what you do from here, it's pretty simple. You have all that connected, all butt connected together. Like I said, I use the butt connectors instead of these plugs, the little adapters, because the adapters are about this big and they're stiff and it's hard to wrap it around in here. It's the same thing. It's under here, no one's seeing it. Okay, if it's tweaker rigged, it's tweaker rigged, but it's really not. It's the same exact thing, it's just a shorter adapter. It's all it is. So I just find it way easier to do it that way, and I've done countless of these steering wheels. So I have found it easiest to do that. If you want to do it the other way, just personally for me, it's harder to do it that way because the wires are the adapters are stiff and it's hard to wrap around. They keep popping out when you try to put this in. They keep popping out, and it's just easier when you do it the other way. Personally, do it however you want to do it. I'm just trying to help you out. So now what you're going to do from here is you're going to take your steering wheel. Alright, I got this steering wheel from Amazon. It's the Evo Edition steering wheel, special edition. It came with an NRG centerpiece. I bought it off Amazon, this Honda logo. Bought it, got this short hub off Amazon as well. Quick release I got off eBay. It's the I think it's the 2.0 quick release. It's the limited edition anniversary. I got it for I think it was $98 off eBay. It's legit. It comes with all the NRG information and all that stuff. Works good so far. So what you're going to do is you're going to mount this part of your short hub is going to come connected. This piece is going to come connected to this piece. Alright, so then you're going to take this piece on your steering wheel off of this piece. Alright, then you're going to screw this piece in right here. Then you're going to screw this piece onto here. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your center cap, put it through this little wheel part right here. Alright, you're going to connect your horn button. This is your horn button, right? And then your quick release is going to have your quick release is going to have 2 wires as well. Like I did before, I cut the wires and butt connected them together. Now your horn will also have these 2 wires. You're going to connect those 2 wires together, same as before, black to black, red to red, and you don't have to do anything else from there because these 2 little prongs right here are what's going to make the connection for your quick release, right? So once you do that, you make those connections and everything else, and they're all strong. Make sure they're all good. and you have this screwed on with all those little Allen bolts, then you have these screwed on with all these Allen bolts, and done correctly, you're gonna pop it on. Now, a lot of people talk about, oh, I got my horn to work, this is how I did it, and they don't show you. There, my horn works. You're gonna laugh because my horn sounds like a bitch horn, but I only have one side working. I don't know who the fuck steals part of someone's horn, but they stole the fucking one side of my horn, so now I only have the right side of my horn working. So it sounds fucking gay. So now you got your horn working. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave a comment down below, and I will walk you through the steps again. It's super simple. Just follow the video step for step. Find that connector from your SRS, the one next to the empty hole, follow that, splice them together, run it up through here. This is important, make sure it has solid contact. Then take the short hub wire, or not the short hub wire, the quick release wire, and mount it under that 19mm bolt for your ground, and your power will be good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go talk about your cruise control. This is where I mounted my cruise control. Alright, also I didn't talk about it earlier, but what you need to do is on your steering wheel there's going to be a wire that connects to your cruise control on the steering wheel on the right hand side. Just unplug that, and then you're going to take the wires out. So then all this does is unscrew, and then what you're going to do is there's two little screws right here, one here and one somewhere right here. I think it's right here or something, but you're going to, where is it? Oh, it's right down here, back here. You're going to unscrew this part right here. Then there's going to be a little metal frame part in there. You're going to take that out, alright? And then put this aside and this aside. Alright, now you have your SRS unit. This is where your SRS unit comes into hand. So you need to plug everything back into your SRS unit except the yellow plug. The yellow plug's not going to be connected. It's just going to hang. I don't know if you can see that very well, but that's the SRS plug for the airbag. So what you're going to do is there's going to be those that one or two clear plugs that goes into the back of the SRS unit. Plug everything into the back. Everything that has to be plugged in, plug it in. That's going to be crucial for your cruise control to work, right? So now what you're going to do is you're going to take your little fuse holder thing off, right? You're going to take your SRS unit. Let's see if you can't see it real well, but you're going to take it and bump it up underneath there. You're going to push it up to the back and you're going to feed it through as far as you can. You're only going to need one of the wires. I cut the plug for the blue wire. That's your horn wire. All that is a power wire through this. That's all it is. I cut that and electrical taped it off and put it away. And then you're going to take this gray wire right here, which is your cruise control, and you're going to run that through this little hole right there. Run it through there. This piece right here connects to your SRS unit, this little plug. Alright, see there's those three green wires. Then you're going to connect this piece to this piece, and then that's going to go to your cruise control, alright? And you're going to have problems putting this piece on if you don't put the SRS unit in the right way. You're going to have to push it to the back, farther away. So just mess with it. There's no real technique to do it. You just got to find the right spot, and once you do, put it up there. It does take a minute, so that's why I'm not going to take this off and show you, because it's kind of a bitch to put back on. The easiest way I found is to push it farther back so you can slip this on. So before you connect this piece, what you're going to do is take this off and this. You're going to go to Walmart, or go to Walmart before. Alright, I'll put this in the beginning of the video. Before you do anything, go to fucking Walmart first. You're going to buy, there's a little pack, I think it's $1 or something, and it's these little screws. You only need 2 of them, so I mean you could buy them and then use the 2 and then go return the whole pack. It's like $1.38 for them. And you're also going to need a drill. You're going to take this, alright, and you're going to take this, and what you're going to do is you're going to take a pencil or something and you're going to put this where you want it, and you're going to put a pencil or a little knife or something and mark the holes on here. Alright? You're going to mark the holes on here, take this little cruise control thing off, set it aside, and have this upside down, because this is going to be off. Alright? And you also have to take that metal piece out. Like I said, take your drill, and you're going to put 2 holes with those screws right in there. Alright? You're going to make 2 little holes. Pull the screws out. Don't pull them out. You're going to spin them out opposite way. Alright? Then you're going to put this on where you want it. Alright? And then make sure, like I said, I'm going to cover all these questions here. Make sure there's 2 holes in your cruise control. Make sure you poke the holes through each one to mark on here where you want this to be screwed in at, okay? So now you have your holes drilled. You're going to take this now. This was set aside. Remember, you're going to take this, put this on here, and screw it in. Alright, now there's going to be 2 screws sticking up through here. This will be screwed on. Now you're going to take this and plug this into here. Make sure that before you mount this, you know it's going to reach to here. Alright, and you can tuck this up and hide it away if you want. Mine just fell out or whatever. So now, your cruise control should work. Make sure you have all the wires connected. Everything should be connected to the back. Anything that plugs into your SRS unit needs to be plugged in. Okay? Not everything that comes out of the SRS unit is going to be plugged in. Nothing is going to, except for that gray plug. Your yellow wire won't be. Your yellow plug won't be, because that's for your airbag. And the blue wire won't be. You can cut that and electrical tape it or cut it off completely. It doesn't matter. Now your cruise control will work. I mounted it down here, and it's not too bad. It doesn't really get in my way or anything like that. And be cautious when that blue wire is not plugged in. Something goes wrong with it has to be plugged in for whatever reason. So there's another wire. If you push it up or you do something with it, it'll make your horn go off. It's weird. I've done this in 2 other EP3s and it does it. I don't know why that is, but it does. So just, if you push this thing up, it might make your horn go up. If so, there's going to be 2 little yellow plugs. It's your airbag or your cruise controls. It's completely separate from this yellow wire down here. It's completely separate. You'll notice it. One wire goes into the back of your SRS unit. You know what I'm talking about. Be careful with those. I don't know what the fuck it is, but you push up on it or make your horn go off. I don't know why. But now your cruise control and your horn should be working. Now before you take off, what I would do is take your steering wheel off, take your quick release off. Alright, this little other piece right here, this piece that goes to your short hub, just make sure your short hub's tight, or do it before, make sure it's tight. And then put it all back together and you'll be ready to go. If you have any questions, man, go ahead and, comment below, send me a message. I'm going to try to get back to you as soon as I can if you guys have any questions whatsoever. I hope this helped you. I hope it helps you guys like it helps me, seeing people actually talk about it and go in depth about it instead of just showing fucking this and, oh, look at that red wire right there, and you're like, what the fuck, where's that red wire? I can also post pictures up if you guys would like to see what I'm talking about. I might add that into the video. Go ahead and like, subscribe, whatever. I tried covering all these dumbass questions people are going to ask me, so that's why the video was so long. I repeated myself. I'm sure I'm going to get some questions still. Go ahead and ask, whatever. Just don't ask some shit that it's like, my horn's not working, it's not working or whatever, and I'm going to tell you, hey, did you make a connection to the back of your hub? And you're going to say, no, I didn't know how. Okay, well, I covered it like 6 times in this video, dude. So just watch the video. If you have any questions, watch it again and see. If I don't cover it and it's still not working, if you don't understand something, you can't find something, go ahead and, comment, message me or whatever, and I'll answer it. Just don't ask some fucking questions that I already covered in this video. So cool, thanks for watching, hope it helped. Good luck on your steering wheel. Go ahead and post pictures when it's done. I'm always interested to see people's setups. Also, I just ordered a new shift boot and a new shift knob. Shift boot was custom made through Redline Goods. I'm going to post pictures up of that and a video of how to install that when it gets here. And I ordered a Mugen Type R carbon fiber shift knob, or it's not Type knob, it's JDM shift knob. So when that gets in, I'll be posting a video showing you guys that. So go ahead and thanks for watching. See y'all later.